Today we are heading to Carbon Canyon Regional Park to visit the Redwood Grove and see the park itself. Our first stop was going to be the highlight of this trip, and that was to see the Redwood Grove located in the southern part of the park. The park was opened to the public in 1975 after the construction of an earthen dam across Carbon Canyon Creek to prevent flooding of the area. All the trails are well marked along the way with names and directional arrows. You follow Coyote Pass Trail for just a little bit. You will pass through a wash which was dry at this time. This is a beautiful example of a castor oil plant. Here's another plant with some seed pods. At the end of this short trail, you will come to a T-junction. The left will take you back to the main park, and the right trail will take you to the Redwood Grove. We are taking the right trail. You will pass by the dam on your right. As in most parks in Orange County, you are never too far away from housing developments. We reach our first point of interest, the Redwood Grove. These trees are not native to this area and were planted here by the Park Service in the 1970s. There is an informative board that tells of the history of the grove. Redwood trees can and have grown to heights of 300 feet in areas where they exist naturally and have spent hundreds of years growing. These trees have been growing for only about 40 years, and so most of them are still under 100 feet high. I'd like to come back in a couple of hundred years and see how tall and wide these trees have grown. Anyone know where I can get a time machine? This concrete trail is specifically for horses, but I saw several hikers walking along this trail. There is a little open area between the north and south groves, as you can see here. There is an underground irrigation system installed to provide water for the trees. It was really peaceful walking around here, and you could smell the pine trees in the air. This is the start of the equestrian trail, and you can see the carefully planned drainage system that the Park Service have implemented to control water runoff. One final look at the trees, and then we are off to see the dam. This is the backside of the dam and the flood control plain. This is the inlet from the flood control area to release water as needed. The dam was built to control flooding from Carbon Canyon Creek, and it was completed in 1965 by the Army Corps of Engineers. On the opposite side of the dam in the flood control basin, there is a culvert under the hiking trail to let water pass through and collect in this basin. On the opposite side of the trail is the inlet for the culvert. This is a close-up of the inlet area. You can see several tumbleweed plants that have been blown into the inlet. Public access to the dam is prohibited, but a passing park ranger allowed me to quickly go to the middle of the dam to get some close-up shots of the control building and the inlet tower. We head back to the main park area to check out the lake. The park has several native species of trees, including oak, sycamore, and eucalyptus. The lake is approximately 4 acres in size and has 2 fishing piers. Fish that are stocked in the lake include rainbow trout, bluegill, catfish, and carp. You need a fishing license to fish here, and California Department of Fish and Wildlife rules apply. Several transitory and migratory birds can be found around the lake, including American coot, mallard ducks, Canadian geese, and egrets. This looks like an adult female egret, keeping a watchful eye on her mischievous adolescent looking to get into trouble. Our final stop of the day was to visit the butterfly garden. Of course, this is the wrong time for butterflies, but it was a nice trek on a beautiful day. We saw this willow tree at the entrance, and it had a weird growth at the base of its trunk. One final look before we head home.